Hello? Is this thing on? Let's fix that background noise. Sweet, sweet air conditioning. Let's do a show. Hi. Tom here. You can't do that on Salesforce. Right there. Or there? There. There it is. Speerdecks, episode 2. Hopefully a little more productive than last week's episode. If you tuned in, well, that was a little slow. That was the episode of Tom remembering how to use old Experience Cloud technology. I haven't done an Aura Experience Cloud site in a while, and it showed. And we got that figured out, but I also maybe we'll go in a little different direction this week. I talked a little bit about like, hey, all right, let's make this, let's zhuzh this, let's make it look nice. So maybe I'm going to do some of that today. So it'll be some LWC, some flow. We'll cause mischief and mayhem with all of the above, and see how far we can get. If you saw last week, we did have a site. You just couldn't log into it. Well, you could log into it. I had users and stuff like that. I do have a new scratch org today because I set the expiration date too short last week. 7 days is not enough. So fixed that. 30 days. Might have a couple of users and things to recreate though. Might actually just stand the an Experience Cloud site back up. This time LWR flavored, so we can do all the things that we want to do, even though that means a little bit more development, but that's why we're here, to build stuff. So thanks for coming. Chat window, in case anybody's out there. There we go. All right. Let us begin. Hey. This studio mode thing is new for me in OBS. I'm trying to get my bearings here, but let's get some screens up. Do some work. Let's do one more. One second. Go back to that. Find the right browser. There we go. This is our browser from last time. That looks better. Okay. Where were we? Well, last week we created a little bit of background here. We created some objects, not too many. I think just 2 of them actually. I think we got an event. We got our own event object. Chose not to use the standard event object because we didn't want any more mischief and mayhem to deal with there. We have an event session junction, which connects our last object, which is the session object here. So an event is a thing. An event is an event. An event is a thing that people can go to and present. A session is a session that they have a deck or a talk or whatever you want to call it. I was going to call it a deck because Speerdecks, branding, stuff like that. But we'll go with session. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. Maybe we need a speaker object. I don't know. I foresee that coming at some point. But for now, just 3 objects. I need to assign some permission sets to myself, to my user, or I'm gonna be wondering why nothing's working. Doing my group thing. Let's see, I'm an admin, so I can do all and be all. I'm working on a plugin, trying to figure out how to build a CLI plugin that does my my newfangled structure here for my permission set group ideas. Create individual groups, be very discreet about them, and then group them into groups, as the name implies. So Speerdecks admin has full rights to everything, and that's me right now. So let's see what we've got out here. Let's see. Speerdecks should now be an app we can go to, and it is. I don't think we have anything in here because it's a brand new org, and it is. Dreamforce 2024. Sound good? Sounds good. Okay. I also have GitHub. Be good boys and girls, and we will put our backlog in here. I think the session or the event object needs start and end date. Event object needs a URL to point at stuff. I need to learn how to spell. Capture some stuff as we go here, merrily along our way, but we got a session, so that's cool. I'm sorry, that's not that I did that wrong. I did exactly the opposite of what I told you to. I said I was going to do. It's an event is Dreamforce 24. Okay, and we'll call it draft. Do some mojo that opens up access to events based on the status. Think through some of that as we go through here. Okay, that's better. So now I guess I'll use myself as a well, my excellent session. There we go. So that's somebody's excellent session. Right now it's mine, but I think this is more of a like community intended for community users sort of thing. So we'll set some things up to make that possible. In fact, I think I need to add one thing here. Where's my finder? I have a profile. I think I need to deploy. Profile is a dirty word, but we still have to use them sometimes. Yep, community plus user. Yeah, let's see if we can deploy these. I took a backup because I was actually trying to clean out some stuff when I redeployed or pushed back into a new Scratch org. There's remnants of the old community experience cloud stuff I want to get rid of, which we will do at some point. It's actually giving me a lot of drama when I was trying to get rid of it. What are these? That is not this project. That's a different project. That's today's episode. Where's my force ignore? I'm going to take this out for a second because hopefully this will deploy. I don't know. Guess I could just take the whole profiles. There's some weird stuff in there. Let's not do that. There we go. Okay. How do you feel about that? thinking about it. While that's thinking about it, let's go do some other things here. Oops. Let's stand up that community again, but we'll do an LWR this time. Still having camera trouble. I gotta switch cameras, I think. Not right now, but see how that works. We back? Yeah, we're back. Okay, new site. Build your own. This is where we started last week. I guess this could just be the root, right? We don't actually... I don't think we're going to make dozens. I had like 4 sites last week trying to figure out what I was trying to accomplish, and I don't think we'll have to do that this week. How'd my deployment go? Uh-oh. I had a static resource that I cleaned up. Experience Cloud sites really do throw a lot of stuff around. I'm glad the LWRs are so lean. Oh, yeah, I did that right. Because the cleanup involved here is definitely gonna take a minute. Okay, so we should get rid of the Speerdecks profile then. I may have just created that again for us. See what happens. All right, here's our Speerdecks LWR site. We need... That's interesting. I can't select those. Oh, no, I can't select... Yeah, it's still cooking. Hey, it worked. All right, deployed my Customer Community Plus user and my guest user, which doesn't have anything in it, but good, that worked. We're happy. So while that's still processing, I always turn off the emails here while we're building because I don't need all of them. I don't need to welcome myself to the site that we're working on. Can I do membership now? We're still updating my experience. Okay. Well, let's just activate it for now. We'll come back to that. I'm gonna check one more time. Hope that's not stuck. Okay, well, anyway, we've got what? We've got some things to work with here. Yes. Can we get to the builder? Publish just because. And let's go out here. Let's make an account that we can put all of our Speakerdeck users. Long term, I guess, well, there's not really an affiliation with a company for the speakers submitting stuff. There could be association for the event planners, but we'll bucket everybody under one account. So I need that account so I can create contacts that we can convert into users. Let's say Tom Okay, our site is publishing. Yeah, I don't love this. I feel like we're stuck in some weird limbo state. It's been running for 3 days now. I hope our site's not borked already. I guess I should have looked at some more articles there. But I don't want to enable you as a partner. Oh, wait, I want to go to the contact. Oh, we're going to need to do the good old role thing. Oh wait, I did no, I deployed my role. But I need to assign it to my user. If we don't do that, our customer profile, or I'm sorry, our customer community users won't work. We made a custom profile that I don't know if we stripped it down or if I said I was going to strip it down, but I'll definitely want to, again, in the spirit of using permission sets instead. What time is it? Where am I? I'm close to Toronto, New York. There we go. And yes, send me an invite to finish that. Okay. Hey, there we go. Whew. All right, we want to add, well, sysadmin, yes, and then our customer community plus Speerdecks users can access. And now you're doing that again. That's fun. Clean slate for our site. Let's get rid of that while we're at it. Let's think about how we want to make this work. Thinking about that whole, we're at the LWCs and the flows. So the LWCs can be, or the flows kind of be like the data source, and the DML work for the flow, or for the LWC. Can we do that dynamically? Like if I wanted to create a related list, or some kind of list view, and I had a flow that was responsible for doing the list viewness, could we, I guess it doesn't have to be dynamic. We could just make instance. I guess we could make a template, right? I wonder if we could do that. Could we make a template flow, template screen flow, whose purpose is, ooh, that thunder? Okay. Hope we don't lose power. A screen flow template that wraps an LWC, and we use it to configure the data that gets sent to the LWC to display and link stuff to. Then the LWC doesn't have to do any work, right? It just has to render nicer than our flow can render. That might be an interesting pattern to play with. I've never made a flow template. Have to see what that would be like. Okay, so what are we going to do on this homepage? Well, let's adjust the layout here. Two column? Sure. Two column layout. Let's put some obligatory text up here in the top. Speaker. I did this, you know. Speerdecks. Make it big and put it in the middle. Don't want to do that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man, it got dark in here. Some lights on. A little better? A little better. Okay. So, I don't want to have some screens open from the old site, which I don't want to keep open. All right, let's see. Let's make a flow. This will be a screen flow. So again, the purpose of the screen flow is to basically wrap an LWC and pass the LWC the data that it needs instead of having the LWC have to go and get it. So if we want to do that, we are going to query some records, which we can't do dynamically. Let's get sessions. Okay. Now we should respect security. So I am going to get all the records. I'll sort them ascending. So the job of the RWC could be to sort and do those sorts of things. Start with our name first. I could do this with a data table, right? But I want it to look a little nicer than a data table. So we'll take it a step further. Okay, so we're gonna get sessions, and then we're gonna have a screen that. This one. I don't think I want the header because I'll have the LW. I might want the header. We'll see. I don't want a footer. We're just going to put an LWC in here. I'll just put some display text there for now. I really wish that screens and display text would just get a default API name. I don't know. I never really name them well because I don't interact with them in any way when once the page loads. This is the session list. There you go. What did I miss here? I'm going to get all of them. If this flow is a template, you can use it as a starting point when creating flows in Flow Builder. You can distribute the template via managed package. Subscribers can also create flows from the template. Okay. Well, let's maybe we'll do it later. Let's see if we can prove this concept first. So this is going to be the session related list. I want to launch it as the user. Okay, and let's put that out on our site. somewhere I have an email that invites me to this, this site. Maybe. I may not get that because I disabled the... that's okay. I can just set the name set the name myself. Flow ST Battle. Flow ST Battle. Cool. I think you're on Twitch. Flow ST Battle. Welcome. Maybe. Are you there? Just got a follower. Yes. All right, publishing that. Let's set the. I'm just going to set the. Set the password of my user I created manually. Super strong, super secret password. All right, that should be good. What's our site URL? Yeah, let's go incognito here. Should take me to login. Yep. Oh, do we have to grant access to the flow? I imagine that's what we gotta do. Okay, we can do that. I think we have to do this. This is my first guess. If we can't access it. Okay. I guess let me debug it and make sure something happens. Yep. All right, so it's not that. It's definitely... It's interesting that it shows a title still, even though I think we hid that. Oh, I hid it on the header. I didn't hide it from the screen. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, I know why. Because this is probably an automation we need to create. We need to assign permission, assign PSG to new customer users. Speakerdeck. Okay. That's my next guess. The user that we just created needs the speaker permission set group so they can access the stuff that the flow is accessing. Drum roll. Yes! Okay, it worked. There are no sessions. Not that it matters. I'm not rendering them in any way right now. I do want to take away... Oh, no, we're just... That's not the title. We put that in the... I see. It shows you the title if there's an exception. It shows you the flow title if there's an exception. It doesn't show you show it if it works. Okay, well, there's that. So now let's go make an LWC that shows... the LWC itself, I think, can be generic. if we name things right. Let's see, this is a flow record list. Is it really a flow record list, or is it just a straight up record list? Because I'm sure we'll need to make some more of these. We'll see how this evolves, how we want to render this stuff. We'll call it record list for now. That was weird. My office door just opened. It's like a ghost. Spooky. You guys like my light? I love these lights. I think I'm going to do something back here. I think I'm going to change this up. My museum of random. Might lighten that up a little bit. Put some lights or something. Get a big neon, you can't do that on Salesforce sign? That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, where were we? Being distracted. I'm going to take a page out of Uno, because it does all the fun, the cool stuff. We need to pass parameters to this web component we're about to make. I'm going to steal this. I'm going to steal all this, except the version, because it's old. So our record list metadata, before we do anything else, I got to update the API version of my project here, I think. So we're going to tell, I'm not going to say that, we're going to say record list. This will probably fail because it doesn't have references, but we are going to let this LWC be accessible to screen flows, and we're going to let it take parameters. So, ooh, can I do generic lists of S objects? I sure hope so. I'm going to find out. Don't know if anything's going to get saved back, but we do need to, we need to enable API over here. We need to have a property that I'm going to do that. Okay, and then that should be happy. Invalid reference. Oh, bummer. Ha! Well. Challenge number 1. There might be another way to do this. I feel like there's another way to... I feel like there's a way to reference a... dynamic S object. Let's see. Component for screen flows. Oops, where'd you go? Yep. Is this my, I think this is where I want to be. The type, that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the type here. Can we... What's the value there? Schema. I'm afraid this might have to be hard-coded value, which isn't as fun. We could do some JSONification. And I'm just thinking about this in terms of making it reusable. But I don't think we can. Okay, well, shucks. It is definitely storming out here, you see, yeah. But it's like on and off. It's like a thunderstorm and then gone, and then a thunderstorm and then gone. It's really, really weird. All right, well, we can't do that. So what should we do instead? I still want my LWC to do the work. I don't really want to build a record list for every single now we could do okay. Hold up. What if we did this? What if we a Lightning Web component called session record list? Okay. This is a specific implementation of a this is a specific implementation. So I'm going to pass session. That's records. We can call it records. Again, we need a property here. Records. Okay. So we can just wrap these, right? We can have a very skinny component that, so the flow and the LWC will talk to each other at this level. Basically, we'll have a matching record list component, but then we'll just hand it off to the what is it, record list, to our record list component. Records equal records. Okay, now we're back to generic land, so we can do whatever we want there. Did I do that right? Yes, okay. Okay, so what's going to happen here is I've got my my flow, my session related list. I think this will, let's call this a flow. All right, so I have my flow related list. Why is that I want a rectangle. So picky. Flow, session related list. Okay. And then I think we'll end up with a flow template called related list. I don't want straight angles. I want 90-degree angles. Oh, I think I can pick it afterwards. Okay. Can I? Yes. Doop. Picky. Okay. So this is a flow template I think we'll end up with because it just seems like fun. And from that template, we'll create a flow. This flow will reference an LWC. Again, matching the flow, session related, session record list. Sorry, this is a record list. Okay. Got that. And then that will reference our generic record list. And then we're passing, let's see, API records down through. So these records here, this is specifically, this is a list of sessions. Okay. The get records in this has to be specific, but this will get us our list of sessions that we can pass down to, the wrapper LWC, which then passes it down to our record list. So we get generic eventually. We're kind of done with this component, with the session record list. Arguably, we could just like crank these out like metadata here, and then metadata for the flow. That could be fun. Okay, so close that. So now we're just here on record list doing the work. So my flow passed me data, a couple extra hops in there, but my flow passes me the data, so now my web component doesn't have to go get it. It's just there, and we can start to do work from what are they? Oh, hold on. We no longer need this. Is it going to let me get rid of it? Good question. Let's get rid of that. This is going to be session record list. I need to expose this because I need to be able to drag it onto the flow. All right, so we need that. Let's see, we need records before we can render records. And if we have them, then we'll loop them. Wait. That needs to be a string. Okay. And I don't know, just put these in a div for now. So the kick from here is, well, we could use a data table. We could use this could be a point where we say, maybe we want an LWC for each. So I would go back up to the session record list because my generic is cool, except I don't know the names of the fields that we're going to want to render. Unless I had the record list, unless I had this component tell me. That might make sense to do it that way. So then the record list would accept a list of fields to display. This is an example of you can do that on Salesforce, but I don't know if you should do that on Salesforce. There's some extra infrastructure here that might ultimately not prove super useful to us, but hey, this is the time to play around with things. So I need to pass in could we pass that in from Could we pass that in from the flow? Could we go all the way up there? It's just a list of whatchamacallit, just a list of fields, so that we can tell it what to display. Again, we could do it there, or we could just say, you know what, this lowest level record list just doesn't make sense. We're passing it a bunch of stuff to be abstract for the sake of being abstract, and we may not need to do that. We could just go up a level here, and I'll pull this into my session record list, and then just do the work here, and then record list goes away. Whoops. Oh, did I miss? Did I not just copy all this? I thought I... Oh, we need a key to make that the record ID. Total Eclipse. Howdy. Full stack dev here. What's the best place to start looking into a Salesforce dev path? Good question. I would definitely check out Trailhead. They have these. Where are you? Let's see what they got. It's always changing. Let's see. Developer? Sure. Platform developer. There's a lot of content out here to kind of get you familiar with how the platform works and what it can do and all that good stuff. I would, not that you're studying for the exam, but this platform dev one is a good, is probably relevant. If you're a full stack developer, you're going to figure this out pretty quick. You're going to learn, Apex and Lightning Web Components and all that. And then Reese just said, check the careers on the right or the left. It is a lot of JavaScript. It is, this Lightning Web Component, it's React or React adjacent. It really is. They just kind of put their own flavor on it, so it plays nice with their platform. Under Learn. Here we go. Career paths. I don't need to take the quiz. I'll go here. Tons of stuff in here. Again, I think the platform developer is probably the place you'd want to start. You don't have to do every single one of these, but you can. You can get you'll cover a lot of ground. But yeah, it's Apex is basically Java, which I don't have any up right now. We're trying to actually write this app without having to write any Apex, but it'll probably happen eventually. And then LWC it's React basically. You're right. What you're seeing is exactly that, with a little bit of flavor from for Salesforce's sake. The other thing that I've got up here is flows. So this is it's a visual programming language, visual programming tool. So a low code situation lets you do data access and manipulation and saving and update. Kind of MS. Yeah. I think I know this much about MS Automate, so if it looks the same and smells the same, it's very similar. It just lets you, lets you automate data manipulation and other things directly in Salesforce against the data that's in the system. Yep, pretty much. A lot of if this then that. It does some decent conditional, logic, and a lot of the narrative around the platform is to try to move toward flow rather than the you don't need to write code all the time is sort of the direction it's trying to go in. But it's pretty flexible. You can put flows inside of flows and try to do some a little bit of like abstraction with stuff to a degree. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you want to mess around, you can go get your own Salesforce org, which is what I've got up on other screens. So you can sign up for, wait, where do you get one? Hang on, developer.com? Developer Salesforce org. I forget the URL. Here we go. Yeah, so if you go there, developer.salesforce.com/sign up, you can get a free org and play around with it. It's it's not an org you could get a bunch of users in and use Salesforce for free. It's limited in the number of users and stuff, but everything that we're doing on screen right now, you can work in there. The other thing that you might be interested in, Salesforce has a CLI that's pretty robust. It allows you to create what are called scratch orgs. So you can get a whole dev org. A scratch org is basically a dev org. It's limited. It only lasts a certain amount of time. That's actually what I'm working in right now is a scratch org. But you can basically stand up Salesforce without needing a Salesforce license to do your stuff. Yeah. So yeah, check them all out. The CLI also has a bunch of functionality that lets you interact with your Salesforce org in different ways. So some companies use it for CI/CD. You can seed data and create objects, update, make new fields on stuff. It's very pretty powerful. Yeah, nice. Salesforce ecosystem is it's big. Company got a beat down on their quarterly earnings, so the stock might not reflect the ubiquitousness of the tool, but there's plenty of work to go around. Certs are good. Certs are they're recognized. Especially the dev ones. Some of if you get into the developer and architect spaces, those are pretty well earned credentials and get recognized. Oh yeah, totally. Like Salesforce isn't going anywhere. So many companies depend on it now that there's plenty of work to do out there. So yeah, check it out. Wish you good fortune in your exploration, and come back here and watch the doofus do dumb stuff with the platform. You might learn, well, again, what not to do, but sometimes I have a good idea once in a while. Let's see. All right, so we changed our minds. We're going to just do all this work up on the session record list. So we've got to got our data. Now we need to render it. I was trying to render it over here. Did I do anything over here? I don't think I did. Let me get rid of this record list thing too. We don't need this. Goodbye. Let's push that change. All right, that's gone. And let's see if the world's boringest Lightning Web Component still works for our logged in user. It does. We have no records. That's the the my community user is not the owner of anything. I'm gonna flip the ownership of that record I just created over to maybe. No, I'm just thrashing at tabs. I got a tab problem. You guys can tell. All right, close something, Tom. Come on. There we go. Excellent session. Let's see if we can change this. Can we change this to yes? And I'll get a notification that that happened. Not that we really care about that. All right. Now I should have a. Oh, but I don't. Wonder why that is. I'm the owner of the record. And I have this running in user context, I think. Yes. I'm getting the sessions. If I debug this now, do I get... well, actually, yeah, I can debug. Oh, no. It ain't going to show anything until we put the Lightning Web Component in the flow. Yeah, we can leave this. All right, go back here. We should see, and we do, session record list. So we're going to pass it the records from get sessions. Now we should see some stuff, hopefully. Okay, that's active. Drum roll. Dope. Do we get any? Oh wait, did I not activate it? I don't think I did. Now we should see some stuff. Dope. All right, if we debug this, do we get anything? Yes, we get my excellent session. Okay, so my customer user who owns that record, my excellent session right there, isn't getting access to it. I'm going to just do a hard refresh on the cache. Nope. I didn't think that was going to be the issue. So why would that be? Store the values of all session fields that the running user has access to. Do we have to grant access to the Lightning Web Components? I can't remember if that's a thing. Oh yeah. Pick a tab, Tom. I was wondering that. It doesn't. No polar bear in a snowstorm here. Let's see if I put this out there. How does that work? I feel like I can make this an overlay somehow. Would you see the header and not the records in a perm issue? I think because I have access to the flow, so I think that's why I'm seeing this, because I put this in the flow here. Whoops, here. So that's in the flow. So now I think we're in a Lightning Web Component can't see situation, maybe. Let's see if we can do a permission set for this. I made another, just realized I made another permission set that, no, we don't have to do that. Let's delete this. Delete that other one I created earlier. Well, let's ask the internet. That sounds about right. Flow not visible. That is not the answer. Yeah, you know, let's throw a component out there that would just show us the records. See if they're getting anything back, and we'll find out if it's not getting them at this level versus them not being passed to the LWC, because that could definitely be a thing. Let's pick any. Just want to pick a field. Okay, there's our data table. And all right, we'll activate this and see if we should. Yeah, we don't. This is what we don't want to use, but let's go back out here and see if we get the data. All right. Okay, cool. So we're getting the data. We're getting the data as far as the flow. That's a good call, Reese. We'll check one layer at a time here, right? So I definitely am getting records. We're passing them to the component. Which would be here. And then our session record list has a reference here, waiting to be populated by that. And then we reference it here. Now, let's go back to Uno and see maybe if I'm forgetting something. So this component here, Uno hand, does some similar stuff. I won't completely get into it. Roll? Is the roll... Do we have the right roll? Yes. Okay. Let's look at the over here. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. Here. The flow attribute change event, but I don't know if we actually need that for incoming data. Well, let's do the same thing, right? Let's put something else in this Lightning Web component and see if that renders, so then we can make sure that the LWC is actually rendering something. Because right now it's not rendering anything. Hello. There we go. Okay, so now we should see hello in here somewhere. And we're not. Okay, so the LWC is not rendering through the screen flow. So we'll go back here. Okay, so we know it's not an issue with getting the data. We know it's not an issue with, well, it is an issue with the LWC rendering, because we got no hello out here. Now again, let me let's do a hard refresh here. Okay, yep, still not there. Interesting. Boy, why would that be? Flow API version? Maybe? Let's check that. You know what? It's I will bet you a shiny nickel it's the API version, because in a shiny nickel, what can you do with a nickel now? I did. I used the, not exactly the same Reese, but I do query records, get records in a flow, pass them to a component. If this says version 59, it doesn't. Darn you. I thought that was going to be the problem. No more shiny nickel. Maybe I have to expose it? Nope, it's exposed. Let's see. What else could cause this? I've been blocked by network security. That's weird. Flows. So this is for guest users. Let's see. It would be weird if my user is not a flow user, because again, the flow is working. And we can't actually mark customer users as flow users. But the problem is not the flow. It's not. It's the LWC. We're not rendering the LWC. So. Do I need to republish? Probably. Maybe. Well, again, shiny nickel. Let's see. Maybe this leads me to think. Sounds like you're using LWR, which is how it's designed to work. It creates a static snapshot. You should see an updated version in the builder, but we're wrapped in a flow, so we won't see that. So I think we publish again. Maybe that's the only issue. I never know if I have to refresh the builder to get something. Okay. Drum roll. That is a standard flow component in Experience Cloud. So it's just rendering, showing whatever flow we tell it to. I'm going to be really impatient. Let's see if my... It says the site published. Oh, hey, yes, there it is. Yes. Let's reload. Neat. All right, we're back in business. That's good to know. That is what that does. So I can get rid of this data table in here now. We have to publish when an LWC is added to, I'm guessing, anything. So this indirectly like this, so what fixed it? So this, this Stack Exchange post, I think, explains it. So, so we're using an LWR Experience Cloud site, which does some pretty heavy caching of everything for the site, including the code that runs the LWCs. The LWCs themselves, I'm sure, are all cached. So because it's cached, even if I create an LWC and put it in a flow, it doesn't. The Experience Cloud site doesn't recognize that LWC until we republish it, and because republishing rebuilds that cache of all the code that's needed to render it. So that's why we're getting the flow but no LWC, because the Experience Cloud kind of punches through the flow. It says I want to render that LWC, but it can't because it can't see it until we refresh republish the site. Okay, let's go back here and we'll get rid of our data table. Well, that was fun. Good learning. See, we're learning on the show. So much education to be had. I suffer with the platform, so you don't have to. Let's activate this one now. It should be back to now. Here's a curiosity. I'm activating a new version of a flow. Does that render? Does that change render? It does. That's interesting. I guess the flow has to not be cached because it's dynamic. But it's interesting that if the flow renders an LWC that wasn't in the last publish, it won't show up. Okay. I'm just happy it's showing up now. Okay, so what do we need next? Should we make a link? Can we make a link to our record? And if we make a link to it, what the heck does that have to look like? Can we make record pages in... Yep, we can make object pages. All right, so yeah, let's do that. We'll make our object page for our session. Okay, so I'm on detail. I think I need to bring... Do I need to bring a component out for this, or does it just... Yeah, I do have one here. Okay, so we can start, we'll start with that. We want to link to, so linking in an Experience Cloud site is, what is that? Navigation mixin? I think. Navigate to different page types. There should be a whole list of these that we can. So we can go to a named page. Can we go to a record page via Experience Cloud? You could try it. Let's try it. See if it recognizes that we're on an Experience Cloud site. I do not remember what the code is for this, so we'll go find one. We need this. We need to extend this, right? Okay. And we need to stop going back to that page because it's not what I need. Navigate to record view page. See how this does. So I need, what do I need here? I need to do a click event on those. I wonder, can we create a link? Can we create a link? Is there any component in here that lets us just do a link and it handles some of the... That's an Aura component. Oh, there's no Lightning Web component for that. That's kind of what I was looking for here, was can we just, use is there a component that lets you send a link and then handle that other stuff? Maybe we're going to make one. Maybe we should, because I always end up in the, conundrum of, always end up needing to do this. And if we can just pass the type, basically pass the possible fields of a link, then it can handle all this navigation mix-in funnery. So let's create a new new component. I'm just going to call it link. We're going to be so generic and reusable here. It's going to be awesome. Okay, what does a link need? It needs text, right? We need to, what are we linking to, or what's it going to say? And then I would support all of these. So basically support all the navigation mix-in parameters, and we'll just be super literal with whatever gets passed here gets passed to our call. So we'll pass it type. We really just need record ID and action name for now. Still curious if this is actually going to work, given that this is going to be, we're going to try to link to just a record detail from an Experience Cloud site, and I really hope it just handles all that sauce for us. Touchless, that's weird. We're not going to use the object API name for now. I'm just going to make this one flavor work here to go to the detail. Let's see, is that semi-legible? Here we go. Okay, so we got we have a method that we can call here, and then I guess we really want to like strip this down, right? We don't want to have like there shouldn't be a lot of responsibility to render the markup of this. Of course, then we have to figure out, hey, how do we pass in style, stuff like that. But for now, let's just get this going. Is there anything else in the component library that would be useful here? You can do a button icon, which, not a button icon, a button that can look like not a button, just be a link. I think. Where are you? Lightning button. Base. Let's do that. Unclick navigate. So we could pass in the variant from the parent. We could pass in what it should look like. The only thing we can't do is pass in the style directly. Maybe we can do that with I don't know, design tokens or something. Maybe CSS is always lost on me with when it comes to LWCs. I yearn for the old days when you could just say, hey, make this look like that, because it's a parent-child relationship in the style. Alas, we cannot. Okay, we don't need this now. Okay, and then out here, this is fine. We'll put each one in a div so they break lines. We'll use our link. And then we are passing what? I guess let me keep this for a second because it tells me what I need to pass in here. Record ID. Okay. Not a valid attribute for C-Link, really? It looks like it is. Oh, wait, we probably shouldn't. That's like a controlled value. We probably shouldn't use that. See if it lets me get away with it. Yeah. Right, because we can. That's a reserved word. I think in. Yeah. Yeah, we can't do that. If you provide it that, then it's going to try to find the public. Is that right though? Let's see. C-Link. I have it in there. But let's do something else. Let's say record SFID. Okay. If it still doesn't like this, then something else is up. Okay, what? Not a valid attribute. Oh. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm. Duh. It has to look like this. Forgot about that. So, oops. This is actually fine. I think we just need to make it look like that. And then we can reuse, we can use ID here. I think we can. Still don't know if it's going to be happy about that, but Yep, okay. So we're good with that. We're passing those in. So that will build the link for us. Probably need to republish because we learned that lesson. Ruh-roh. Oh, I don't think we've saved this in a minute. Yeah, I don't know if that matters. What does this look like in preview mode? Yeah, preview's not going to show me the component either, or the flow. So I think I can close this. I think our work is done. Very, very minimal there. Let's see. Get this. I'm still hesitant to use that record ID. Let's see if we can get anything to render. We're not getting in there. Does it have to be exposed? Let's change this version. So this would be a case where I would probably want to not keep having to publish the site to see these changes take effect. I would create another page, just like a throwaway internal page, so I could show this component there and hopefully not have to refresh or republish every time. But I don't know if that's the issue here. Because it's not actually passing it into the link. So I'm going to change. I don't love this. So we'll change. Oh, that's probably why it wasn't working. Okay. User error. Developer error. It ain't going to show nothing if we don't. Maybe it was throwing an error when it was trying to. But I wasn't clicking. Doesn't matter. Let's try this. I would expect it to fail when we actually clicked it, but maybe it was compiling and saying no, that doesn't. You're referencing something that doesn't exist. If this doesn't work, I'm going to change the SFID or the record ID to record SFID because it still feels like it could be a reserved word situation. Yeah. Okay. Let's rule that out next. Not SFIC, SFID. Okay, back up here. I think I'm going to build that throwaway page in a second here. Just make like an app page. I don't want to have to keep doing this. All right, still nothing. Well, that's a bummer. What's missing? What is missing here? C link standard. Let's just render the name. Oh wait, we got to give it some text, right? Yeah. That's, you know, kind of important. It probably has been rendering it the whole time, just not, it's got nothing to show. Okay. When you debugged Flow, did you run as the experienced user to ensure they have access? I believe so, because we have the flow set to run as the requesting user. So I do see the records as I would expect, but I want to create a few more session records that are owned by different people and make sure that they're not visible. That's a good question, Reese. Definitely want to. The whole point of this is to, you know, respect some security and privacy, and if we're not doing that, then it defeats the purpose. All right. So this should work now. Shiny nickel. Wait, did I publish? This publishing thing is for the birds. We're gonna need to I'm gonna need to switch this up a little bit. There we go. There's my excellent session. Now this is the big question, right? When I click on this, is it going to take me to the detail page in the Experience Cloud site just by us making it a, where are you? It's a record. It's a view record link. Oh. Sad trombone. Can we see what it's linking to? Probably not, because it's an on-click event. Okay, so what if we enable, I think we should enable Lightning Debugger. Can we enable that for our, yep, let's enable it for both of these. So if I enable that, I should be able to get in here and see hopefully a little more what's going on. Wow, this is different. Okay. Yeesh. How do you... Oh boy. How do you debug this now? Are these all the same? Man, this just keeps getting crazier and crazier with each release. Like, if anybody out there knows the easy right way to debug Experience Cloud sites, I am all ears. All right, we're going to hit our navigate here. The type is standard record page. There's our record ID, and it's a view. We don't know exactly where it's going to go. It goes to invalid page. Did it make any other hops in there along the way? I don't think it's that. Okay. What is the detail page URL? Let's see if we can get to it this way. I want to do a little research on this too. I don't want to rule this out because we would have to go down a weird rabbit hole to make the link work. Have to pass in, like, basically make our own kind of custom type, or not. We can let's see what you can link to a standard web page. It's just funky because then we got to worry about the URL of the site and make sure that it accepts relative links and all that fun stuff. Okay, so linking works, or going to the record works. Interesting that it does a little bit of this sauce here too. I think it just tacked that on for me, right? Yeah. Okay. So how do we link? Let's see. LWC experience. Okay. Experience Cloud. LWC link to record detail. Yes. How indeed. That's weird because that's what we're doing. This right here. Maybe we need to pass in the object API name for the Experience Cloud site. Let's try that. I'm just going to hard code it for... Wait a second. Nope, those attributes are right. The type is outside the attributes, and the attributes are... Yeah. Maybe it has to be... That's what I'm thinking. It constructs some of that, or needs some of that to construct the URL. Okay, publish again. I just closed something I didn't want to close. Okay. Our teeny tiny site publishes very quickly, at least. Let's see. Okay, we have the object API name in there now. You can't see my debugging here, sorry. Got what we want. Does that help? Yes. Okay. Yes. Amazing. So you have to pass that in order for a in order for an Experience Cloud site link to work. I'm going to make a note of that. High five. Okay, so we'll make this, we'll do this now. Is there a way to derive the, can we do that directly in LWC? Can I figure out, oh wait, no. Can I get the object type? I know I can get the object type from a Salesforce ID. I don't know if I can do it in LWC without having to call out to something. Get yeah, this is what I want. This is object API name is good if we are, let's see, how would that, we're not, that's contextual though. That we only get that if we had our component on a record page already. So I can't do it that way. I see this, I could get record, but I don't really want to make a call to get that. But it seems like that might be the only way. Because this guy is a genius. He's answered a gabillion questions. Get object info? What if, could we do this? Can I call... Oh wait, that doesn't help me. I already need to know the name. Yeah, this is not... This is the same thing. Not what we're... That's not what we're after. Yeah, these are all, this is what we already got. I was hoping I could somehow pass without having to query, right? That's the whole point. We don't really want to, I could get record, but then every one of these has to query for it. So, okay, we're just going to pass it. It is what it is. Yep. So it's object API name. Go up here. Break this out a little bit so it's read it easier. There. Okay. Let's publish again, see if that's still working. Where's our site? Watching my email to see when the notification that the site's published comes in. There we go. Okay. It does handle the editing for us too, which is, nice. I should be able to update this. Yay. Okay. So cool. So we need some navigation here. I got to be able to get around this site. Maybe that'll be what we build next. So this is a session list. Where is that? Where are we rendering that? Let's get rid of this hello thing. I think we do need to go back to our flow and get rid of that text. Yeah, I named this wrong, didn't I? It should be session record list. We'll keep the API name even though that's cheating. I don't want to make a new flow. Do I have to change anything else? No, just take that off the screen. Flow and code. Living together. Mass hysteria. Now that was a flow update, so this should be immediate. Yep. But this is a LWC update, so that is not immediate. And I want to take I just want to get rid of this duplicate. Where are we doing that? Where am I showing the title twice? Do that in the link? Yep. Okay. Excellent session 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now let's go in and we'll add a text block here. We could send this to a to the session list. Spacing there is interesting. I would like it to not be there, but that's okay. Let's take out the, it's just the padding. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see, do we have to provide this? We'll just go to default. Okay. I can't put the record detail component on the record detail list. I'm just curious, can I do anything interesting here with this list component? So we could, we could look at it this way too. Oops, did I not pick the... If I made a list view for the session, and this might be even better, right? Because let's make a list view called community homepage, sure. We can make it all. Just because you can see the view doesn't mean you can. Just grab the name and the ID. I don't know if we really need. Okay, so now let's go back over here. Community homepage. And we should be able to drag a component out here. So again, we can we'll do this in kind of easy mode here first. Will this preview for us? No, because we have to put a component in there. So let's drag a component into the repeater. There's no link. Just go with this. Now I have no. I'm gonna make another. I'm gonna make another. I'm gonna make a. Let's see. I can make a list for myself, but actually I can put it. Yeah, I'll just put it in this list. That's fine. Because I think I'll be able to see it then. So we make a new session. Another session. Okay, so I own that one now. And then that would appear here. Yep. So then if I refresh this, we should get that. There it is. Make the text block a link. Link to site page. Page is detail. ID is record ID. Name is name. And then I want to make this not bulleted. So we go out to the, not the section, but the, I'm not going to be able to grab it, am I? I'm going to go up to the, here, the repeater. And unformatted. Okay. So yeah, that whole flow thing, yeah. Maybe we'll use that later. That was an interesting experiment. Like we can still, you know, there's still some curiosity there, because if this view needed to be more than a list of records, I could still take that approach, and still might, depending if there was more logic that needed to be applied to it to arrive at the result, the resulting data. Because this is, I can drag an LWC in here. I can make that render however I want within this repeater as well. Let's say 10. We only have one here, but space between items, sure. And then within our text block, I'll keep that pretty simple. Let's underline it because it's a link. Now, could I do this in rich text? Not if I wanted more in here, right? I don't, well, wait. Because we can merge values, right? In the, let's, here, I'll throw another, let's throw another component here. Let's throw a rich content editor in here. Is that, that's in the repeater. Here, it's in the repeater. So let's try this. I don't know if we're going to get, I don't know if we can do links. We might have to use an HTML for that. So that's item.name, another session. Okay. So we can do it with rich. Can we do it with HTML? Yes. Oh, wow. That's okay. That's cool. This is much better than it used to be. Cool. So yeah, we don't really need that flow situation. We can make our own markup. If I go back to the real rich text editor, can I do binding on a link? Let's see how it feels about that. I don't know, let's try this. Hey, all right. Okay, so good stuff here. We've done merges with 3 different flavors here. There's definitely some spacing to figure out, but can we turn that down? You know what? There's a setting within the column. Is it within the column where you can collapse the yeah. So no vertical space. That should. Yes, take care of that. Okay. So we've done 3 different, we're in a repeater, and we've done 3 different flavors of repeating, which, you know, so 6 ways to Sunday here, right? We made a flow that can query the data and pass it to a Lightning Web component and render that. We could have a flow that creates that's a screen flow that renders data table, whatever it wants. The flow path is interesting because we can just do more complexity, right? The repeater, though, within an Experience Cloud is nice because it's simple. So we don't have as much to do. I think it's going to abide by our theme as well. So if we come in here and change some stuff around, what do we do? A font? What did I do? I made those header 4, I think. Interesting that it's completely disregarding the yeah, it's completely disregarding the override styles default HTML tag. Sure. No, that didn't matter. Yeah, this should be this, right? Pick something weird. Okay, now it works. So that's nice. The repeaters are nice because it will, you know, abide by that. If we, let's see what happens if on the left-hand side here, what if we wrap these links in an H4? Will it pass through the style of the theme? I wonder. And we hit the publish, right? Okay, got it. Nope, bummer. Okay. So again, true to form, the LWCs don't inherit anything. I don't know if we can access the theme of this site in the LWC to inform what that should look like, but regardless, like we're cooking with gas over here. Now, did I make this a link? I forget. I thought I did that. Oh, no, I didn't. Well, let's try that, right? So ahref equals... I assume this just merges, right? Item.id, there we go. I'll make these divs just... Actually, can I just make them... Can I just do that? I can if I can get my markup right. Okay. So this is not inheriting because we would what would we do? We'd do this. We'd make it a nope. We'd make it a nope. So that's the we can't do. That's surprising. Man, it's just totally wild west in here. You can't even choose. You can't choose how you want that to format. So that's a bummer. But down here, I could do this. See what this looks like. Okay, so H4 in our theme. Let's preview it, see if it does it any different. H4. What about the other one? How does that render? I guess. I don't know how dynamic this is. Font. No, fonts. Where's font family? Font family comes from what? DXP text heading small. So what if we put that on our... Oops. It doesn't look like it... The others are just SLDSs, which we could put in there as well. Those I feel more comfortable with. This here specifies a color. So we're not going to get any of that. But this feels super dynamic. Like I wouldn't... I don't know if I would trust it, unless it's always the same. But I bet you that would change from... Either it's bound to the site or it's bound to something else kind of funky. Let's see how that looks. Okay. So it took it up there. So it's really the rich text that we can't... Rich text is not so rich. Yeah. I don't like the rich text editor. I've decided. No good. Nothing good comes from it. Let's see, we can update this, right? Update this block. Let's keep good. I don't know what font do we want here? What speaks to speakers and decks? There's a lot in here. It keeps going too. Jeez. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just going to go with Oswald. Sounds good. Oswald. Oswald it is. No objections. Oh, we don't need to bold it here. We can make it... I think we can specify that in the theme. I'm getting real picky. Okay. I can't define custom... No, you get 1 through 4, and then I think you get, yeah, you get paragraph, you get links. You definitely want to underline our links, I think. I mean, I guess we could do that. I don't know. Accessibility would tell me to underline them, I think. Gotta make that bigger. There we go. Now we don't pick color here, right? We do that out here. You got to guess at the Salesforce color, right? That's pretty close. Good guess. Good guess. All right. We're getting somewhere. Let's see. So, in conclusion, text block, decent. If you just need to render text. Handles the linking for you. You know, it's pretty comprehensive. Rich text editor is terrible. I kind of hate it. It can do stuff, but I don't like it. It doesn't abide by any of the styling that you apply to the site, as far as I can tell. You know, I'm picking random sizes here. I'm picking whatever font I want. It's a very limited list. I wouldn't use it. Yuck. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm just going to say goodbye. So I think it comes, if you're repeating over content, repeating over text like this, I think it comes down to either text block or HTML editor. I think the answer is text block, right? Because HTML editor, great. I can mark up to my heart's content, but I even have to do this. I have to provide the classes within my HTML. Like, it's not enough to just say, hey, this is an H4, now make it look the way you want it to. It don't work that way with... Now, that said, I got the right color. Did we specify colors on my links? Yes. So I got the right color on my link in the HTML. I don't here. Which... Let's preview it. It also doesn't recognize the hover. You see there's a little bit of a change there. What if we... We could change that. I don't really want to do that. It might be something that we could fix with a global CSS, maybe. I could change the color here. So what's the color? It seems like the color of the header beats out the... let's see. Is that true? Yes, the color of the header beats out the color of the link. And again, we don't get the hover state either. So neither is perfect. We still have there's still work to do, but I think we could get rid of another session. I'm going to get rid of the HTML editor. We'll just go with the text editor. Or the text block. There. Done. I don't think we're going to need the sessions list here. Yeah, you know what? Choose your weapon, right? What do we need to use and when? And of course, some crazy kookiness happening. What would Experience Cloud be without... Wow! Okay. Do-over. Did we tell I didn't tell the repeater what to repeat over. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we're going to use this session. We're going to use the community homepage. Just kind of remembering what we were trying to accomplish here. It just had a lobotomy. The text is the session name. I see red back here. That's probably not good. We'll make it a link. We'll go to the link. Is this the... Oh, link to. Sorry. Link to site page. The page is session detail. The record ID is the record ID. The record name is the record name. Okay. And make it a H4. Okay. And then in this column, we also want to drop out the it's cool that we can adjust the palettes by section too. Kind of handy. Oh, did we set our space to 0 there as well? Let's see. Am I in the section or I'm in the section. Can I do anything at the column level? I don't think so. No, it's just the section. And we can't do sections and sections. Okay. Well, that is publish before it breaks. Well, let's put another text block out here with a heading. Oh wait, did I put that in the loop? I don't want that in the loop. But I can't move you here. My sessions. We'll make that. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. What? We'll make this a heading. No! Stop it. What if I just switch pages? All right, you're ahead. You're in H2. Now let's update the theme. Oswald. Make it a little bigger. 2.25. Let's see, is the line height playing in here at all? It might be. Is that giving us a little bit of space? Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Publish. Nice. Isn't that lovely? And does it link? Yes, it does. All right, we still have your text out here on the record detail page. What do these render as? I wonder if we just change the body text, will it just work? We need something that's not we need something to complement Oswald here. Not that. How about a little blocky serif? See what we get. Okay. But why is your text at the top of this? I don't understand why that's there. Oh. Well, I guess we could, yeah, we can show the title of the... Now, the only problem there is the line height is kind of kicking in. Looks like it's kicking in on the top as well as the bottom, unless maybe our section needs to also be collapsed. No. I said section. Yeah, you have to collapse it again. Does that help? A little bit. That helped a little bit. Well, we got a lot further ahead this week than last week. Let's make this a link back to the home page. Now, in this case, I don't want the underline. Which, means that I have to change the... I have to change the... I guess we could probably override that with CSS for the site. But that gives us a link back home. Which is, okay, there it goes. Didn't think that was going to render anything. This is, I think this is just a, let's see. Would a flexi page take over here for community user? I wonder. I'm not going to find that out right now, but and also I would assume that if we go out here and change the let's go to the object. Let's add a new page layout for this profile. Okay, we got one. Maybe I don't need to show the... Really, we could just take all these off, right? And then I think we can still render the details. And let's make this a single column. So we could put, can we put the related, I don't know if we can put the related list on here for the files. But did this react accordingly? This is still being a numbskull. Maybe we just didn't publish. I think that's all we did. We just didn't publish it. There we go. I wish that didn't have quite that much padding there, but some of this is a little funky. Style. If we made a, now if we added another field here, let's make like a, I don't think I want it to be rich text. I just want it to be, although rich text would, let's just do long text. See how it responds. I don't have the setting enabled to do the... you can put on both of those. To do the permission set assignment. I always forget that. User management. Always forget that. So I shouldn't see it yet. And I do not. And that is a session user. This is why you want to have that box checked. It makes it so much easier. Now I should see it. Yes. Groovy. We got a little time left. Let's see if we can... I wonder if we can do these related... I don't have a file out here yet. Can I drop one on one of these? Oh, we don't have files on the... We don't have files on the page? Thought we did. So can I add a file to this? I, the admin, add a file to this, and then can the customer user see it? What do we have? We have today's there we go. That's today's logo or title screen for the show. So how might we do this? Can we make another repeater? Let's see. Let's make a... Let's turn this section into... Nope. Come on. Go to the place. There. Let's do this, and maybe we make it like 9.3. How's that look? Yeah, that might look okay. 8.4. A little more room. Oh, it's showing me, excuse me, it's showing me the layout that I would see. Because I'm the logged in user, so I was like, why can't I see that? What if we drop a repeater in here again and I'll do another list. Can we pick a related? Is this gonna work? Yeah, it had, oh wait. Let's go with owned by me. I'll have to put a file on another, because we're on a session detail. Does it retain the context of the record that we're on? I don't know. I'm going to leave it there, super simple. Then let's go back and make this is session 3. I'm going to add a different file if I can find something here. Do I have the previous episodes? That might be the previous one. That might be an old one. That's an old one. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, so now if I go back to my builder, the question is, now that I have picked a file, I've got 2 sessions, bing, bang, boom, and I have 2 files, and shucks. All right, it is not, oh, lost screen. It's not recognizing, or it's not doing it. It's not getting the files in the context of the session. So, is there another way to do that? This is our list. Subscription. So that is, and just checking my sanity here. There is no, there's no related list. Let's go to the related list page. Yeah. Nope. So this is some of this, a little bit of LWR limitation here with how much we can do on our own. What else could we do here? There's really no way to pass a parameter to a List view. So this is a case where we would need, we would need to make our own component. Because I can't think of any way to do that. And I can't pick, only option is to pick a record list to, is there anything else we can, yep. 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 No, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, there's no way to do it. It's impossible. I'll have to make our own component, which is probably fine because I think we would need an upload. It makes sense to have an upload component so for that as well, which is always a fun time, if I recall, in the land of Lightning, or in the land of what Lightning Web Components. Lightning McQueen. Component reference. I never. Lightning command Minecraft. I like that. Okay. Is there an upload? So, okay, can we upload? We can upload here. I don't know if we can upload in... I can't. I was thinking, okay, can we make a flow? Put the flow out there and do it that way? But that might not be... Well, we wouldn't have to write any... We wouldn't need another component. Even though we're going to have to write a component anyway for, for this. This could probably be kind of generic, right? Record ID. If we're on a detail page, right? It should be kind of minimal. Can we do it in flow, though? I'm curious. Let's see. I don't think, can you upload out of the box? File upload. Okay, so which tends to be super fun. And we would have to expose. Well, do we have to expose some parameters here? I'm just gonna try it. We got 6 minutes. Can we build a file upload with flow and put it into our community and have it actually work? Let's find out. Let's see, file upload and file upload, and we have to give it some formats probably. .png. Multiple? No, just one at a time. Disabled, hover, related. Okay, done. Oh wait, no, not done. Change the S1, S1, yep, and save it as file upload, or community file upload. Let's run it as the user. Okay, back to our site. Refresh this. I'll get rid of this list because it ain't working for us. And get our flow. Community file upload. It's inheriting it here, which is nice. So there might be, but I don't know if we can do we pick headers in flow? That's my related list. Where'd it go? Did I close it already? That's not the one we want. We're good with that. Community file upload. Nope, that's a data table. No, let's display text. That's what we want. Yeah, we can't pick. Maybe we could do it with a text template. Still no formatting. Can I do HTML in the display text? Things I should probably know. Is it gonna like that? I'm sure there's a way to do that, but for now, because that's not as oh, wait a second. Well, we can just do it. We're just going to upload a file to nowhere. We need to make an input parameter on this flow to hopefully pass the session ID. So it's the field that we want to. It's the record we want to add it to. So yeah, let's see what happens here. 2 minutes. Is it going to work? Do we have time? We couldn't load all the components. Contact the site. Remove these Aura components. Blah. Never mind. All right, we'll build our own. But not today. Not in 2 minutes. Next week. Next week. Yeah. Next week. Or maybe in between. I don't know. Maybe while I watch the NHL Hockey Stanley Cup Finals starting tonight. I've become a big hockey fan because my son plays hockey. It's funny how that happens. I used to be a big basketball fan, but I don't really watch it anymore. Which is going on now too, the NBA Finals, I think. That's how much I watch it. I don't know anymore. Anyway, we made some stuff. I feel like there's some redemption for last week's show. Rebuilt, did a little shenanigans with the flow stuff at the start. Wasn't really necessary, but I think again that pattern of have a flow, get the data, pass it off to something else. I might do that here on the right hand side, right? I might say, hey flow, go get those related files, and we'll pass it to our LWC that's going to render them, which might be nice because maybe we want to render them a certain way because there's some visuals that come along with those files potentially. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm Tom. You can do that on Salesforce, but that's not the name of the show. You can't do that on Salesforce, but yes, you can. See you next week. Thanks.